Kendrick Lamar headlining or being the sole performer at the halftime show at the upcoming Super Bowl, which is, everybody and their mom shocked that he was chosen over someone like Lil Wayne or maybe some sort of Hot Boys, No Limit conglomeration of a lot of the different talent that's come out of New Orleans over the years. How are we feeling about it right now? Because it felt like multiple waves of reaction. It started with that's dope. Even though whoa, that's a deafening blow to Drake. But then the narrative shifts over to why wasn't it Lil Wayne? Then the narrative shifts to Jay-Z is at fault.
That's what Nicki had to say.
Well, and Nicki definitely cemented that narrative along with Boosie, even though neither of them chose to name him.
I don't think that just because the LA show, I think that was Jay-Z's first show that he had control of at the Super Bowl, right?
I believe
the LA one?
With Dr. Dre and all of them there.
The one that he curated.
So it's I don't think that they've ever geographically picked the artist out of the area for the Super Bowl.
Except for that time.
Yeah, that time. And I think that it was hip hop got it. What can we do to wow the fans? And But I don't think that he signed up that every state that he was gonna go to.
Yeah, Prince didn't perform. Prince didn't perform in Minnesota, bro.
Yeah, but no. Yes. Granted, it is up for discussion with one of the greatest rappers of all time. It's from New Orleans, and they call it Lil Louisiana.
But when Rihanna headlined the Super Bowl show, it was while the Super Bowl was in Glendale, Arizona. Why didn't we see Bootleg Kev and MJTV headlining?
What's the new guy that's popping out there?
Who's the Arizona guy now?
Shit.
Shouts to me, Rum Nitty
got
from
his
Phoenix.
name already.
You're funny.
You feel my
The
dog.
one that they told us to check into when we got to Georgia, and I was like, oh yeah, they just posted a picture of him.
Who?
It's not even funny anymore.
Oh, I don't even know.
But check this out. What if the ultimate chess move actually is occurring, and Kendrick is achieving his final Thanos ring for the snap, and he's bringing out Weezy.
That would be,
because guess what? Guess what? Because if you're a real K-Dot fan, K-Dot did his first few mixtapes redoing
Is this
Lil
a rollout strategy?
He redid Lil Wayne's whole shit.
Are they trying to get their halftime numbers up? What if they doing the whole Cash Money tour there?
I'm just saying. By the way, have you seen Turk interviewed? There needs to be a Turk on No Jumper.
Oh yeah, Turk.
That'd be great.
He says some wild shit at him. Wild shit, bro.
I didn't even know that.
Oh,
I gotta watch Turk.
Turk is amazing content.
He got a lot of Texas. He goes to a lot of Texas podcasts and shit. Shit right there in that area.
He talks very graphically about his prison experience and his extended stay and certain things that occurred.
You like a little man fucking in the documentary.
Whoa, wait a minute. You ain't talking about that, right? Other people.
What else does his dick get hard for? They talking about how big his knife was in there, Adam.
Oh shit!
The conversation was so gnarly.
Speaking of that, I seen you grab Brick's pocket.
Oh my God!
What was that, Darren?
When you was my celly.
He's holding his pocket.
Well, sometimes you got to grab somebody's pocket, right?
For dear life.
He was in Rome. He had to do it.
Oh my
God!
when in rolling.
But
it was the Rollins too.
But think is there any reality where that exists? Because things probably aren't as good as we think they are between Weezy and Drake nowadays.
Well, he was wearing the EXO chain. There's a few little things that make us wonder.
Right. Well, first of all, OVO
never.
No, there were a few narratives though, as far as just Jay-Z being in charge of booking the artist, right? So they say one is Jay-Z basically doesn't like Birdman, and it's payback to Lil Wayne and the whole. But I don't.
Lil Wayne didn't sign to him.
No, because or he never
Lil Wayne
Jay-Z never got his money for the Mr. Carter verse. Probably like he never sued Birdman. Like,
but we also just know for a fact that Jay-Z is capable of this level of pettiness because we've heard about Eminem having to personally place the phone call to Jay-Z in order to request 50 Cent appearing at the Super Bowl halftime show, which apparently Jay-Z had gone out of his way to thwart. Which is, I mean, if you really think about it, if somebody has said horrible shit about you, I guess it is reasonable for you to not want him to perform at this big ass show, right?
So
Tory Lanez, Chris Brown.
Wait, so if you saying that, so he couldn't, so Jay-Z couldn't negate 50 Cent from coming.
He tried, and then I think he found out, like, oh, if you want Eminem, you got to have 50 Cent too, and so he relented.
Well, and the fact that
makes sense, and we didn't cry about the game. It should have been there instead of 50 Cent because it was in LA.
Some people cried. Some people cried.
It was definitely a podcast topic, but people weren't losing their fucking minds about it because you understood that it's like, well, if they wanted 50, they weren't going to have game. And also,
that would have been so amazing if they had done that song.
And they chose 4 people to be on it. So it's like if you're 4 does seem reasonable. Mary J. Blige obviously seemed a little bit tacked on since she's not exactly a part of the Dr. Dre legacy in the same way that somebody like Game was. But also these guys have issues with each other, so I wasn't really that surprised by it, and I understood.
I mean, Mary J. did invent the word dancery, so on a Dr. Dre beat, so that has some merit. I got to give it to that. But I don't know. I feel like I hope that Kendrick they really don't want to see the West Coast artists with this much traction. The people that rubs people the wrong way, bro.
Saying.
Like, no,
they're not beefing with Kendrick over this. You never once seen nobody get mad at Kendrick.
Okay, but
of course he's gonna get some backlash from it.
He's not.
I was saying the other day on one of those podcasts that, from my perspective, like, there's just some sort of like liability that seems associated with this, where if you're going to go on stage in front of 100 million people and rap a song that makes false claims about Drake, Drake's not going to just take that lying down. And Charlamagne said the same thing, that from his perspective, Drake is behind the scenes with his team, making calls, doing whatever they can to make sure that song does not get performed. I feel like even on the Super Bowl, wouldn't you? I would not be shocked to hear them censor the pedophile word in the first place.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That wouldn't surprise me. This is a family event. It's kind of a weird word to throw out in a song like that, right?
That type of stuff.
Yeah.
The move is what you do if you're
you sound crazy.
If you're Kendrick is you tease people with it. You like have the beat start playing and then you don't perform it. Like you do some like.
But he kind of did that at the Pop Out thing. I don't think he was really like rapping along to the worst parts of the disses. He was kind of just letting the crowd do it.
Well, yeah, he didn't have to. Like when you
so
like
you say go stern it down when Kendrick gets there. This is a part of glazing right here. At this point, shut the fuck up.
No, you don't think Drake is doing whatever he can to stop that song from being performed.
But you were saying the way that you delivered that message was like you were in agreement. You didn't deliver it as like non-biased or on Kendrick's side. It definitely came from right on.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I think that he will do that.
Yeah, but you were like him saying these things that aren't true. You know what I mean? You're choosing
My
sides,
thing is,
bro.
if it wasn't a rap battle, there already would be a lawsuit. If that song was a poem that was published in some poetry journal, Drake would already be suing the poetry journal. It's a rap battle, so you just kind of have to accept that people are going to say things back and forth, right?
So give me the facts on him fucking my bitch and that being his child. He was saying all type of lies too.
Right, but he's not booked for the Super Bowl. And if Drake was booked for the Super Bowl, he wouldn't perform his Kendrick disses.
But because they weren't as successful.
Because nobody gives a shit. Yeah.
To be fair,
if Drake was he might get booed.
Right. If he did that,
he might get booed.
That era of Drake's life is over. It's still going for Kendrick's life, but Drake's moving on to better things.
Well,
how dare he bow down to Kendrick's level?
But did you hear the new narrative today? That OVO Mall was fed the new narrative, which was basically like Drake has said no to the Super Bowl 4 times.
Okay.
kind of hard to imagine, but you can also imagine that Drake, like prior to this year, his career has been going so well that you could have imagined him getting offered the Super Bowl and just not wanting to do it because
Colin Kaepernick.
he felt like this was going to be an opportunity for him for all of time. That he was going to be able to do this forever.
He been taking a knee with Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, there was the he literally spoke about that. I think in the interview he did with Elliot and them and B-Dot when he was like, "Yeah, I was gonna perform at the Super Bowl." I believe.
I think we're undermining the expertise of Kendrick Lamar and what he's gonna wow everybody.
Yeah, Weezy's gonna come out. It's gonna be amazing.
But I'm saying like, it's February. The game is in February. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what, he gonna put out an album?
It's not like he can really perform the songs off the album unless they're like huge hits.
Yeah, everybody's waiting on that.
They'll probably like announce the album. They'll probably announce the album when he performs, if anything. I would think.
I'm just saying,
that's usually
like,
how it gets done.
Right. Well, when did that record drop? Was it March or May? I think it was May. It was sometime around there. March, April, May. When that
feels like 5 years ago.
When that record came out, right? Different worlds.
He's a hell of a performer. Yeah, he gonna do his thing regardless.
But no, we've literally only seen 2 Kendrick Lamar appearances since then. His show, and then his video shoot, and then this. Like the bar is set very high for anything he puts out. Album, single, like he has to go crazy.
Kendrick is going into cinema. Like that's what I see. Like just by him, the way that he brought the commercial to our attention, like that he's even doing the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
The way he pushing the balls through the thing and shit, right? So it's like he's trying to show that he's going into a different realm of what he's doing, and it like just like how you PG Lane and like it's like more like of a you're looking like a fuck you. It's more like you're looking like
an artist,
like a play. It's like you're looking like it's a play. Like what's next?
Kendrick Staples.
What you mean?
Because Vince Staples went the whole cinema.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from it. That's what I'm getting from it.
I don't know. I think that you just giving him the God title right now. Like you saying, whatever he's doing, he got the Midas touch basically.
I'm saying he's intelligent enough to. He has the whole world looking, and he already did it already. But I'm saying he's going to capitalize on this whole situation.
I don't see it.
He hears everything. He hears what everybody's talking about. He sees what's going on.
So what? Another diss song?
No, he's gonna make it make sense.
So what's bigger from a business perspective?
What is you giving us? You're giving us like a roundabout. He gonna make it make sense? How? Like what are you talking about?
That's the part
he's
that
gonna have an amazing performance.
That's what I'm saying.
But
that's what I'm saying. We're undermining.
The thing is this.
That's what I said. We're undermining. We're undermining. That he can make this shit as big as he wants. He can make it as big as he wants.
But he's gonna have to perform not like us, and that's gonna overshadow.
That's the only way.
We gonna be all right. People are gonna glaze right past that because it can go straight to the diss song.
He has to perform not like us. They're booking him.
Yeah.
Because of not like us. Let's be real. He's only being considered one of the performers for the Super Bowl because. Not like us.
Well, yeah, that's the momentum of everything for sure. That's literally, although there is 2 #1 records, or 3.
I don't want to hear that shit. Not like us is the reason why. Period. You get what I'm saying? No, it's like we could say whatever. It's a viral world. He went viral with the song. It's doing numbers.
Okay, so what's bigger from a business perspective then?
Taylor Swift.
Obviously, Lil Wayne coming to New Orleans at the Super Bowl, being a huge Saints fan. The biggest thing ever.
For sure.
But what's bigger business-wise?
He's not a Saints fan. He's a
Packers fan.
He is a Packers fan.
He's a Packers fan.
Yeah, because that's why he loved Brett Favre so much.
He's a Packers fan.
That might be the reason his ass ain't right.
Boom. Cheesehead. With that being said, obviously it's his city. It'd be a huge deal. You know what I'm saying?
Louisiana.
But from a business perspective, isn't having the most culturally relevant artists at the moment kind of
and he's one of the biggest football fans ever. Has he ever did a Super Bowl? I feel like he did one before though.
Weezy? Nah, I don't think so. No.
One narrative I saw going around on Twitter, people saying basically like Lil Wayne is too fucked up from lean and drug abuse over the years that he's just not the person he was 10 years ago, and that's why he wasn't chosen. I don't find that particularly compelling in comparison to the narrative that Jay-Z wanted him to come in and do this
and shit. So you got it's like how fucked up.
But he don't really ollie. Yeah. He just kind of like rolls into grinds.
He does though, but
so I mean, like that's kind of like a lean thing, right? You might just roll. You might not learn to ollie.
He's still a great performer, and he still like raps great, even though he might not make songs that people really care about at the current juncture. You listen to any of his tapes. That fool rapping his ass off. Yeah,
that's the best rap. That's my favorite rapper. I'm not saying
like,
that, but then it's like Boosie jumping in it. Then it's Hurricane Chris having something to say. Then it's like you like, all right. Lil Wayne is the only other person.
At least get one of them.
Lil Wayne and Cash Money is the only other person that should be there. Boosie, you big, you huge, but now we talk about New Orleans. So it's like at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna get the rapping Boosie song unless it's all Louisiana people there. Like you got to think this is people from all over the world coming to see this game. It'll probably only be like 30% to 50% native.
Right. At that. And that's generous.
A lot.
That's generous.
That's very
to be fair, we've never seen somebody perform at the halftime show who has like a criminal history like Boosie too. And I don't think that's a great reason to leave him out of the festivities, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if that was the kind of thing that the NFL was like,
Lil Wayne got a gun case too, so then
gun case, but he didn't beat like a bunch of murder charges. Which, granted, like Boosie didn't get convicted.
Not guilty means that it didn't happen.
But I could imagine the NFL maybe being like, is he really who we want to be trying out here? I don't know.